Another attack and more deaths. Another day, another attack and more deaths. A rocket hit this playground in Ukraine's second largest city, Kharkiv, killing 2 people as they sat on a bench. All that remains is bloodstains on the ground and bread on the bench.
Ці боєприпаси заборонені. Російська Федерація використовує їх.
We're at the site of a cluster bomb attack from multiple launches. These are the parts of the clusters. They are forbidden by international law and Russia uses them illegally. These are against infantry and light armoured vehicles. It was intentional to hit residential area to impact civilians. There are no military objects around here.
One resident recalls the moment the rocket hit.
I was sitting by the entrance, then I went upstairs, and then it hit. If I hadn't gone upstairs, I wouldn't be here right now. They hit on the other street. The shell hit one after the other.
A couple of 100 meters around the corner, they're cleaning up the damage of another impact. Now it's the familiar process of boarding up windows. 73-year-old Gregory Kulikov says he's had his Russian-made Lada for over 40 years. It survived everything, except the Russians.
I heard the sound of the rocket, and then we heard another one, and I said, "Get down." I hit the ground, but my friend was a little slow and got wounded.
This area has clearly been hit by cluster munitions, and there seems to be no method to the madness of what's being targeted. It's a residential area, but also there's damage to civilian infrastructure. And in this bus depot, every bus seems to have some sort of shrapnel damage. A barrage of strikes hit a large area. A child's playground, multiple blocks of apartments, and buses at their depot. It's a surprise more weren't killed or injured.
You know me!
Back at the playground, some are traumatized.
Die! Man and woman! Die!
He says, why? What did they die for? Asad Beg, Al Jazeera, Kharkiv.
Motivation for us. A strong show of support for the people of Ukraine. This chamber, with many parliamentarians wearing the Ukrainian colours, was addressed by video link from Kyiv by President Zelensky. He had one clear request.
We are fighting for our existence, for our survival, and this is the main motivation for us. But we are also fighting to be an equal member of Europe. And I think that today we are showing who we are. The European Union is with us. With Ukraine, the European Union will be stronger. Without Ukraine, it'll be lonely. We've proved our strength. We've proved that we're at least the same as you. Please prove that you're with us. Please prove that you're not going to let us go. Prove that you're really Europeans.
There was strong condemnation of President Putin's actions, which the EU considers illegal and abhorrent.
It's not only Ukraine are also under attack. This is geopolitical terrorism, pure and simple.
The President of the European Commission then spoke about the possibility of Ukraine joining the European Union.
Today, the European Union and Ukraine are already closer than ever before. There is still a long path ahead. We have to end this war, and we should talk about the next steps. But I am sure nobody in this hemicycle can doubt that.
At the end of the session, the Parliament voted overwhelmingly to call on EU institutions to work towards granting Ukraine candidate status. But the vote is purely symbolic. It's the European Council, the 27 member nations who make the final decision, and then there's a long, drawn-out process to qualify to become a member. The size of the vote, 637 out of 676, though, an indication of the level of feeling in support of